Good afternoon, or should I say good evening, because it's almost 11:27. Anyway, as you can see right here, there's the latest issue of Empire magazine, the #1 magazine for movie journalism. And basically, I'm showing this issue because one, no one has got Hellboy in it. It also has reference to previous, or shall I say, up-and-coming Sony pictures that are based on Marvel characters such as Black Cat, Morbius, Kraven the Hunter, and of course, everyone's favorite Walker, Spider-Man. Anyway, this is released in February 2019, just a year before coronavirus lockdown. Can you believe it? It's been perhaps 6 years now since it happened. No, sorry, I'm sorry. Been 4 years now it happened. And let's go to the page where it tells us about what's going to happen in the future and what we're about to expect to see. The other Marvel Cinema Universe. It says right here, after Venom, what's next for Sony's cavalcade of comic book characters? So Venom is a hit for being a turd in the wind. It is time for writing 2018's fifth highest grossing film, comfortably beating out superhero rivals like Deadpool 2 and Ant-Man and the Wasp, and emboldening Sony, who own the film's right to Venom and over 900 other Marvel characters, to greatly expand its own cinematic superhero universe. But who are the heroes and the villains that entire separate the MCU? We obviously know Venom was done with Tom Holland, and we also had a sequel in 2021, the same year of, shall we say, Spider-Man No Way Home, which was a great film. And of course, Morbius. I can't remember when that came out. I think it came out either the same year or a year afterwards. I'm not sure if I can recall. Let me just go back to my archive and see what happened. Yes, it was next year. It was the year after that. Well, in 2021, which Venom 2 came out, Spider-Man Far From Home came out. The film that came out, Morpheus came out in 2022, in other words, yeah. So yeah, that was a flop, thanks to, not Jared Leto, but the people who did it. It wasn't so bad, in my opinion, but it still could have been better. And as also, Black Cat, who is she? Despite being a Black Cat burglar anti-hero dressed in a skin-tight catsuit, Black Cat is the least of a Catwoman ripoff than you might think. And unlike her feline DC opposite, Felicia Hardy has superpowers. She can affect probability fields. Example, she gives her enemies bad luck, just like Domino, but better. What do we want to see? She's a love interest for Peter Parker in the comics, but that might prove tricky right-wise on screen. A more likely, more interesting scenario would see that cinematic Felicia flirt with both the heroic and villainous sides of a character. That's interesting, but somehow I ain't got nothing yet, and somehow I'm a bit surprised that we may get it or not. Unfortunately, I'm a bit kind of uncomfortable in my room because I'm off in my room, so please give me 5 minutes until I kill that moth, so forgive me for that. So, after a technical rerun of a moth, we're done now. I think there was more to that. Felicia Hardy status in development of the team-up movie with the fellow superhero Silver was scrapped. We believe Black Cat is enough for her own character to justify her own film. Columbia executive Sanford Penich told Variety, which never happened, I don't think. Kraven the Hunter, as you all know, this year or next year, Aaron John Taylor, aka the ex-actor for Kick-Ass motherfucker, is going to be Kraven the Hunter, which I'm not pleased and fond of because I want my Kick-Ass 3 to be done and over with, and then you can do this shit. But Aaron John Taylor is a waste man in my opinion. That sounds rude, I know, but what are you gonna do? The man could have did Kick-Ass 3 or directed like Michael B. Jordan for Creed 3, but that's what you get for Hollywood, I guess. Anyway, who is he? Okay, wait. An aristocrat Russian big game hunter obsessed with the idea of defeating Spider-Man. Kraven is one of those fun villains with a strong sense of humor. Yeah, right, meaning they can also be played by an anti-hero. He committed suicide in the classic 1980s story, Kraven's Last Hunt, but got better because comics or whatever. What do we want to see? His Black Panther escort hereby include power, meaning that he has also longer than average lifespan. Something set back in the 1930s that plays on his Pulp Fiction styling would be like. That is why to Richard Wake equalize has discussed it, but I don't really care because the character looks shit and dumb. And the guy that's playing Kraven Hunter is really pissing me off. Like I said, Kick-Ass 3 should have been done ages ago. And this year will mark 10 years of Kick-Ass 2. And it's disgusting that we ain't got a third one yet. Pathetic. And it's been precisely 13 years the first one came out. How silly. And Silk, who is she? Remember when the radioactive spider bit Peter Parker? Turns out it was a bit of his classmate Cindy Moon. Her powers were similar to Peter's, but less comfortable. So she was spirited away from the train for years by a mysterious businessman called Ezekiel. Mind you, I can't read it because the light's in the way, sorry. And a mysterious businessman called Ezekiel before re-emerging to fight crime and re-establishing her life. What do we want to see? Silk is something interpreted as often understandably angry character, which gives her a little texture among spider persons. The plan of the film would have engaged with the loss of her family being disappeared while she was learning how to use her powers. Maybe with her pursuit by dangerous inherited status, it's actively looking rises. And funny enough, we got a character like that in the latest Doctor Strange film, the Multiverse, I think it's called. Let me just type it on my archives again. Doctor Strange, Multiverse of Man, that's the one, yeah. It was America. The woman who had two mothers and the mothers have disappeared. She's gone to Angry Fit and that was it, yeah. However, Silk, I don't think it's a good idea because right now, just 6 days after the 1st of, 5 days after the 6th of, 5 days after the 2nd of June, sorry, we just got into Across the Multiverse by Spider-Man. So basically, she could appear in that or maybe never. Even though she's not quote-unquote Spider person, but she's had the same power as Spider-Man, and that's her right there. Mind you, I tried to find this arc yesterday after watching the Spider-Man film the second time, and truly felt like, what did I miss this thing? And there's Morpheus, there's Craven, there's Venom, there's Black Cat, and somehow this character right here reminds me of a particular character that what's his name made. I think it was not Todd McFarlane. It's ripped off of Todd McFarlane's character, but I forgot what it's called. Let me just find the archives of it. If anyone's hearing this, please write a comment about it. That's it. The character's name was called Sugar. I can see it in my computer screen. It was called Nightwatch. That's it. That reminds me of a character called Nightwatch. I guarantee it's played 10 out. I don't know who the artist is because the artist drew this really. He can and he can't draw because it was hard for me to find this article yesterday. I'm trying to think, where is it? Where's the article that talks about future announcements for future Spider-Man products or Sony products? Because now I've tried to remember seeing this, the other MCU, Sony, the animated Spider-Verse, along swinging its way to the screen. We all know that Miles Morales focused on the first Spider-Verse. Yeah, that was the first successful one 5 years ago. Can you believe it? The second one, as it's now reached in 2023, and now the film's out 2nd of June. Spider-Man Across the Universe has, of course, Spider-Gwen in it, and it says fan favorite in the comments of the key character in Spider-Verse. Makes sense because we see the trailers. And of course, spoiler warning, Miguel O'Hara is teasing to the Spider-Verse post-credit scene featured Spider-Man 2099. Yes, and of course, he the villain in this film. Can you believe it? When I first off, I don't use that one is because that's basically the future one, not necessarily the present one from the 90s. But you know what are you going to do? Going back to this one, Jackpot, which I kind of think is a good idea, but a bad idea. Basically, Mary Jane is a superhero, but it's not really that. Basically, who is she? Introduced in 2007 as a new mysterious vigilante who might have been Spider's ex, Mary Jane Watson. Jackpot was later revealed to be Elena Jobson, who had dreamed of being a superhero and bought the name and costume from superpowered Sarah Ewart after Elena was killed off soon afterwards. Sarah took up the name again. That's interesting. What do we want to see? The angle of the retired superhero selling the identity to a young wannabe has really been explored in film. And I wonder if anyone hears me saying this, please write it down. I want to know what that kind of thing is. So that would be the direction to go in. That is reportedly in development, which is sort of funny because this came out, shall we say, 4 years ago, 2019, of course. Yeah, it came out 4 years ago, this magazine and those announcements. We got a Morpheus, which unfortunately wasn't liked. We got Venom, 2 Venom sequels. First one's alright, second one's terrible, in my opinion. Craven's in development, I'm not too excited about it. Black Cat, still want to see that, but let's hope we do much better than what it's doing these days. And this looks like, like I said, Nightwatch was this character right here. Let me put it on the screen for you. It's the character next to Venom, you can see right there, that's Nightwatch, yeah. I remember seeing that character in my Web of Spider-Man issue 300 when he had the metal suit, yeah. And literally rip off of Spawn, no doubt. And of course, like I said here, it's the future of it. So basically, we got what we wanted. Miguel O'Hara, Spider-Man 2099, of course, and of course Spider-Man comes back, yeah. The reason I want this to show this because one, it's amazing how 4 years ago these were all announced, and guess what we got? We got at least half of the page done already. But the one I'm waiting for is Black Cat and hopefully a Nightwatch, but it didn't say in the fucking article, which means we have Silk. Silk, I'm not too fond of. Jackpot looks interesting, but who's gonna buy that? And the thing is, Craven the Hunter, I'm not excited about because I feel like they're just wasting our times. And mind you, Sony did say they're going to announce a Sinister Six film, but that happened No Way Home. So what are you going to do? What makes angry sad is that we still not get what we desire, and I'm sort of disappointed now. But anyway, This is issue 358 for those who want to order on eBay or something like that to get this article. And also it shows other stuff like 40 Years of Superman, of course Avengers Endgame, and of course Star Wars Episode 9, The Rise of Skywalker, and of course Captain Marvel. So yeah, massive 2019 review. So that wasn't a bad year. We made it before the coronavirus, but what are you going to do? And I was quite excited too. So I watched most of these films, you can see right here. I watched all of them, yes, with good taste. But like I said, with that article I just showed, oh gosh, I lost it again. It's amazing how far we've come to try to see what was going to happen for the future. So here it is, yeah. I wish the art was more colourful, less like this. This is what got me lost yesterday to try to find it. Anyway, please write a comment. Please what you think about the future. Tell me what you think about Spider-Man Across the Universe. Was it good? Was it bad? What did you like? What didn't like? And what films you like to see? What films you like to see in the future? And let's hope the sequel. Well, the whole I don't need to hope. The sequel does look great thanks to the ending for those who watch it. But anyway, please subscribe to this channel. Please support us if you can. We're trying our best to entertain you as much as we can and entertain ourselves as possible. And most of all, do good stuff. So yeah. So please, please, please come down, come all, and thank you for tuning in. So goodbye.